Living here from 1990, but this is very small, and you have one little cubicle there.
Yeah, another little one
The
there.
entire flooring is gone. How you manage?
Well, life and through God. Life
Well,
and through God.
well, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You and your mom have
We'll be have a safe place to live in there
decent
now.
and safe place now.
Yes.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. He is 72 years old and he has been living at this home for over 30 years. So can you imagine, he's going now into his 70s and he may have not had any hope that he would, get a home of his own. And here he is, he has received a home. And that, of course, is courtesy of the taxpayers of Jamaica. So not only does the home provide a shelter for him, it also restores his dignity and hope. And he lives with his mother. They didn't mention his mom's age. He's 72 years old. So maybe late 80s or 90s, and or could be a little bit older. This home is such a powerful testament to what can happen, when the community comes together, because it is the community really that is giving the home. The new social housing program is the vehicle that carried it to this citizen, right? This elder, and I'm so happy for him because as you can see, his condition was not very good, and we just give thanks. Something that just moves you when you see the condition that these people were in, and then it's like a new leaf has been turned over. They're now going to embark on a new beginning, looking at life now through a different lens, right? And I can't imagine how they feel. Remember, he lives in a little space with his mom. Right? A lot of people in Jamaica, they cannot afford certain things, like a nice home and all of that. So they have to live with family and they have to make do with whatever they have. And it is so good. I really support this new social housing program. This is one thing that I really respect from this government. And being someone who had challenges in the past with homes, because your parents, they're going around, they're trying to rent a place, they can't find a place because the landlord is saying they don't want children in the home because they'll destroy the home. They'll use markers and mark up the walls. They will break glass, break the windows and all of that. So it's really a discriminatory thing that they do. It's really discriminating against people with children. And I've made several appeals for the government to look into all these abandoned homes and places that people just left. Many times it doesn't have any doors or windows and it's in disrepair. How do we alleviate the home crisis apart from the new social housing program and the food for the poor program? And we mentioned also in the previous video that food for the poor has provided over 30,000 homes to Jamaicans. So that has made a big dent in the housing crisis. Some people are against the materials used by food for the poor. But when you look at the inside, forget about the outside of the home. You look on the inside, it is really beautiful in there and comfortable. You have, your modern plumbing facilities, your kitchen, your bathroom, everything, a small living room, and your 2 bedrooms. They come with 2 or 1 bedrooms, plus they have a loft, plus they also have upgraded a lot of the materials. It is wood, but it doesn't look like wood, right? It is a little bit higher grade. It really looks nice. And they have upgraded their materials, have been upgraded. They're coming now with a water tank. Also get solar panel for electricity. That's a huge step. If you had to pay for all of that, that would cost millions of dollars, right? So I don't see anything wrong with that home. There's a lot of talk on social media about board homes as opposed to the concrete homes. A lot of people have the opinion that the food for the poor homes would not be able to withstand hurricane force winds, but I think they can up to a certain level. So it's up to you to take precautions. If you hear that it is a category 4 or 5 and it's coming your way, then I would make sure that I'm in a concrete structure. I would say for a low force hurricane, it should be able to stand up to it, right? So I don't think you should compare the two. People are saying in case of hurricanes, you would be, your house would be damaged and stuff like that. But you have to think of the cost as well. They're giving the homes at a lower cost because this is what they're able to afford, sustain for people who don't have homes and to put them in a safe space, right? And the materials have been upgraded as well. But I think they're pretty tough. The thing I'd like to change is the fact that we're still using zinc for roofing. I think it's high time that we change that because we see what happens in a hurricane. The zinc flies off the roof, right? And that is endangering the occupants right away because flying objects are now able to come into the home, and of course water is pouring in and trees, you name it, debris flying around, and your furniture, everything is ruined. And of course, you are at risk as well. Then you have to probably run to somewhere else, and that makes it even worse. So I think it's high time for us to look into something else other than zinc, right? So I love the fact that they're going into this new accommodation. It feels so good. I mean, I do this all the time, but this one touched me because I've seen like the conditions. The living condition was not very good, but for some reason, because he's living with his mother, he's an older gentleman, elder and all of that, going to be feeling good moving into this new home, feel good about themselves, like just basically knowing that you've left that behind. They may have faced hardships, but they held on, hoping for better. I'm sure he did. So that better is now. It has finally arrived. I'm sure when he goes to sleep tonight or the first night in that home, he is going to feel so blessed. Nothing is better than a good night sleep. Happy for him and his mom. A beautiful home from the taxpayers of Jamaica. And if you want to know how to apply for the new social housing program, you can go back and look at one of my videos. I laid out step by step how to apply. He's so deserving of this, and it is money well spent. We appreciate Mr. B's efforts, the new social housing program as well, because there's many others that can join in to make others' lives better, right? So it doesn't matter if you're getting it from Food for the Poor or the new social housing program, right? So it's a home that you did not have to spend anything out of your pocket. And people are getting 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. You saw how the Food for the Poor homes now, a lot of them are coming with lofts. So there's an extra space for someone to sleep. A loft is a section high up in the ceiling. So another person can sleep up there. If you put a small bed, someone else can sleep up there as well. And I just think it's so fantastic to think about that, right? Because sometimes you have, quite a few people in the family. Kudos to both situations. I mean, back in the day, there was no one going around and giving you free homes. I'm telling you, no one. Even if the government had homes, you had to pay. There is a monthly cost, and not everybody could afford it.